Hello, everyone. This is Brother Benson Media, and today is Wednesday. We are here again to discuss issues that are affecting our country. And we are very lucky to have in studio two gentlemen, Mr. Makobura and Mr. Charles. So we will have to discuss those that are affecting us. As you know, we are still mourning the death of generals, the fallen heroes, and some of our soldiers are not yet laid to rest. And we still continue to send our condolences and pray to God to give them comfort in their family. That is one. Also, Nairobi. Nairobi is in floods. People are floating in Nairobi. We need to talk about the situation in Nairobi. How prepared are we as a country or as a county when it comes to disaster management? And today we just want to listen to the lost voices, where we are going to understand why the youths are disconnected from the Kenyan politics. And before we go into the main discussion, may I take this opportunity to give to our guest, Mr. Charles, to say what of hi to our viewers.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, viewers. My name is Charles Wahome, Degirege Wahome. I hail from Naivasha, and I'm a youth of this Republic of Kenya. Yeah, and I'm struggling just like many of us. Thank you.
Hey, Makobura.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Let me take this opportunity to invite all of our viewers and supporters to this live session, and we will be with them throughout this live session. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let me go back to our guest of today, Mr. Charles, to briefly tell us more about himself, because he just is struggling like any other Kenyan, but something I really know. Charles was a youth who participated in the 2022 general election. So maybe just to give us a brief history of how was it challenging in terms of you vying, especially in Nakuru County.
Okay, now the journey to vying for a for an elective seat, it's quite a long one, but and the challenges are so many, but the greatest challenge.
Sorry about that. Yeah, go ahead. Did we lose you? Okay, thank you. You're back.
Yeah, I'm back. Okay. Apologies. I apologize for that. I have a junior one.
Okay, thank you. So we understand.
He wants to come live.
No, it's not allowed.
Yeah, so I'm trying to convince him when I'm trying to convince him now. This one is for daddy, not for you.
All right.
Okay, fine. So I was telling you, no, the journey to running for a political seat, it's quite a long one. Mm-hmm. It doesn't begin the election day or nomination. It's a long one. Mm-hmm. But the greatest challenges are, maybe you can say, finances. Mm-hmm. Finances is basically, because you see, when you are a young man, mm-hmm. you have the juice, you have the energy, you have everything it takes. The only thing you don't have is the money to buy voters, because now the political setup of this country, you have to be rich so that I mean, I know you know that. You guys, I know you've been into politics and electioneering.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I will hold Makobura. You will hold a little bit. Maybe this topic that we want to discuss today about the disconnect of the youth, especially when it comes to politics. As somebody who was in the political process by vying for that seat. What kind of disconnect did you see between you as a youth and the party that you are vying with? Was there that connection whereby the party you are vying with was connecting with you by giving you support, or you just went through that party because you wanted to be on a ballot with?
Okay, no, okay, no, okay, no, let me make things right. I was running for Naivasha parliamentary seat. I was running on a Musawa ticket.
Yeah.
Musawa ticket, our party leader is or was.
I think you should tell them why you left DRA first before you go to.
Yeah, I'm coming there. I'm coming there, Mr.
He had another party.
I'm coming there.
Okay.
So, so I was running on a Musawa ticket. But before then, me, myself, and many other youth, not one, not two, many, we had our own political party that was still in formation. You see, so that you can be in a position to stage candidates for a for elective seats, for election, you have to be fully registered, which is a process. It takes a lot of legal work, a lot of paperwork, a lot of money, a lot of energy, a lot of. So we had everything. We had all the legal work. We had all the energy. We only didn't have the money. They told you. So our vessel was not yet ready to sail through the electioneering sea. So after to run for, to go to another party that was at least not charging people who are running on their ticket.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was it. That was it. But to be honest, they were not supporting anyone in anything. They were just there to give you a ticket. Actually, we were supporting them because their presidential candidate, Mwangi Iria, did not even he did not even have signatures. He could not correct a million signatures. So we, the people who are running with his ticket, we had to do it for him.
So you are like marketers. As you run, at the same time, you are marketing the party to the people.
So you are given a free ticket, and then you have to pay it back. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's a business kind of a thing. It's a give and take thing.
So I think like that's now where I want to bring Makobura, because when you find a situation like that, and now especially the majority of you, the two of you came together with a view that now you want to form a political party, maybe with the view that
that's what we had tried to do it before. But now, unfortunately, as we were heading to elections, our vessel was not yet ready. No, I told you a political party is a vessel. So our vessel was not yet ready to sail. It was still incomplete. It actually still isn't complete yet.
Yeah.
But sooner than later, we are still doing it. We are still undertaking the necessary work to complete it.
Okay.
Hopefully, maybe 2027, our vessel will be ready. And even you, Brother Benson, Makobura, and any youth of this Republic of Kenya.
Remember with the Secretary General. So I'm not leaving DRA any soon.
So let me ask you, because like there's this problem with especially in our country, when we have all these political parties, whereby you find like the personality behind the political parties, they tend to control these political parties. That is what is there. When you see a political party, it has to be associated with a name. Yeah.
Exactly.
This one has left the disconnect between the youth who wants to vie through these political parties, not to, because of maybe the how the formation and how trusted are you to be in there. So in your scenario, what kind of leadership were you going to offer to the Kenyan people, especially if you could have formalized your political party and make it legal to be in the country? What kind of different leadership were we going to see from you?
Okay, number one, Brother Benson, you have said that political parties in Kenya, when you hear a certain political party, ODM, Raila Amolo Odinga, Jubilee, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, UDA, William Samoei Ruto, URP, Ruto, ANC, Musalia Mudavadi. So that is the case in our politics, right? So the reason we were trying to form our party, it was the name goes by the Democratic Renaissance Alliance. So the reason me, Makobura, and the other youth Kina Mike Rapudo, Evans Motuma, and some other guys. The reason we were doing it is because we wanted to get rid of that analogy. That's what, when you hear certain political party, it identifies with now, not even the ideologies of a particular person, but that particular person anyway, and his character. So if you hear ODM, for instance, you come and say ODM here in Kiambu, I'm in Kiambu right now, people will think about demonstrations. Anything. Yeah. Okay. Right, anyway. So we wanted to get rid of that analogy. We wanted to have a political party now based purely on ideology, not on a particular character. And actually, that is why we did not make it to go through all the process, because now we did not have any big character. Actually, many of them came, but we told them, no. We don't want you to come and own this party. We don't want you to come and be now like you are the face of the party. You see?
Yeah.
So we were trying to create an ideology-based political party, which is purely based on ideology, and majorly based, biased to the youth, to we the young people. Because you see, like for instance, a UDA party ticket was fetching some 250,000 Kenya shillings. How many youth of this republic running for office do you think can afford that money?
Yeah, nobody.
Very few.
Very few.
Very few. So we wanted to avail a political vessel. I mean, a vessel to sail through, and which you don't have to pay that much amount of money, which doesn't have to identify with a particular person, which have ideologies that the people can buy into.
Okay.
So the next thing, what else did you ask? I'm trying to recall.
Or maybe let me ask Marco Bura. We want to wrap up.
Okay. Oh, remember. I recall. So you also asked to me how comes what led to the disconnect between now the political parties that we who ran in the elections, where that disconnect came from.
Yeah.
Okay. The disconnect comes from precisely. You see, politics is more of a conmanship thing. So a politician is like a conman. Yeah? So he will entice you, he will take you around, and then when he gets what he wants, it's like when you are chasing a girl. You see, you build castles in the vision, in the sight of that girl, but in actual sense, there's nothing that you are gonna actualize.
Okay.
So that is exactly what happens in politics. So that is what happened even to us who ran with those political parties like Usawa and many others. So you go to a political party, like for instance, even I had some people who were running with ODM.
Yeah.
And then those guys were thinking that when you go to ODM, you shall be financed, even your campaigns, even prior to nominations. But that doesn't happen. Doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So they'll tell you what you want to hear. So, for instance, I can remember the day I went to Mwangi area. You know what he told us? He told us, "No, you just come. Don't worry about anything. I shall give you 10,000 posters, 1,000 banners. I shall give you 2 cars and fuel them for a whole month, so that you can go and do your your member of parliament campaign in Naivasha." But do you think he will deliver any of that? Of course he won't. So after that, now when he doesn't do, is that when you realize it's been a long con all the way. So,
okay, let's just
okay, that explains the disconnect.
This one.
But anyway, that's not important. It's gone anyway.
Okay, let me bring in Marco Bura. We want to wrap up and maybe at least look at what is trending right now in the country, because like we are at a very crossroad, especially when you look at Nairobi. And maybe I would also want to hear your thoughts on the fallen soldiers of our country, that and we have to thank them for the services that they will be doing to this country, and they died serving our country. Marco Bura, I come to you because like these political parties, you had that vision and ideology with your friend Charles. What do you say about if like right now what is there is like the Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, he's in the process of folding his party and joining the UDA. This is one person. Yeah. How does one person have a unilateral decision of a party that has like maybe even over 200 people now join the
on
UDA?
behalf of thousands of members for a whole community or a region?
How does that one happen?
Yeah, I think the problem we've been having as a country is the reason why these political parties are being made. If you try look at the circumstances under which they were made, you'll find that more of what was there was individual. Most people are thinking of their individual interest.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why we were trying to form a party, me and my brother here, Charles, but then we were still very young. He was still in campus. I was still also a student, and most of us, actually, most of those we were forming with this party, most of them were still students, and that is why I think we never even managed to get it to finality where we. So and another thing, the reason why we came together, remember, personally, I didn't know Mr. Charles here. He didn't know me. And most of us, we just found ourselves through social media.
Okay.
When things
we
were not going...
No, we met in the process of doing a common thing. We had a common goal. And then we met in the process.
I remember that time is this Dr. Okuro Court.
Yeah,
he was trying to sell a narrative of Okoa Kenya. That is what actually brought us together.
No, Okoa Kenya with Mother Karua.
Yeah.
Punguza Mzigo.
Punguza Mzigo had Okuro Court was with Punguza Mzigo. Okoa Kenya came with Mother Karua, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were working together by then. So we felt that this Mother Karua and Dr. Okuro Court, whatever they were trying to tell Kenyans were making sense. So we started following them, and then we formed a group in Facebook. And now through this group, we formed a WhatsApp group. We were all students. I remember we even tulichanga pesa. We had to go book.
That's how you came in. Good the way you came in. We had said a while back before you came. But okay, continue.
Yeah, so I remember we went and booked a place. It was just a normal room in Ngara. We had discussions, and that is where the political party
in the process. Before you came in the process, I'll tell you about it someday.
Yeah, but before that, of course, we had so many meetings, we had so many chats behind the scene.
Yeah, too many.
It is true that most of the youths who came together, they all had like what we were all fighting for was the people of Kenya. That is what really brought us together. We were feeling that the people of Kenya were being taken for a ride. That the government in power then, the government in power was not really looking at the needs of the people of Kenya. But they were only concerned about their lifestyle, and there was too much corruption. So as a youth, we came together and we told ourselves that this was not right, and we had to step in to try and change this. That is why we came up, and then we were in the process of now forming this DRA, Democratic Renaissance Alliance Party.
But okay, go ahead.
Now, the reason why we didn't want to maybe collaborate with these big political parties, let's say UDA. UDA was not there by then. I think it was right. You should also have told them that the UDA people approached us when we were almost going for the election. They wanted to buy our party.
We didn't want to be corrupt. We didn't want to be corrupt.
We told them, no, we don't want money. There's a reason why we are forming this political party. If
we didn't know now Ruto to take over DRA. I mean,
so nowadays, if to say, you could have been, your party could have been the administration of the Kenyan government today.
But where would we have been? Maybe we'd be nobody still. So still, I think we made a good decision by standing firm, protecting our party in a way.
Exactly.
So we feel that most youths have been neglected in these big political parties. They're not being given a chance. They are used as vessels. My brother here has told you that when he left DRA, because he needed a ticket.
Oh, I didn't leave. I just put it aside. You see, it was not complete yet, so I didn't leave. I just it's a project. I just put it pending, and then because now election has come. You see, election has come. It's for instance, you're working, and then you find the problem mahali, and then you do some gumboots. So unatoa viatu unavaa gumboots, so usawa was like gumboots, and then sasa ukishavuka sasa unatoa gumboot. You put your,
we will welcome you home, but with a very
continue with the journey.
Yeah.
So when he went to this other party, because he believed that the party was being run by a governor. By then he was a governor, so he believed that maybe he was going to get some financial support. And he has also clearly told you here that they were promised so many things, that they would be given flyers, they would be given cards for campaign, but immediately they entered and signed a contract with this Usawa party. No one really cared about what they were doing in the field. Theirs was just to market a political party that was there. But when these great politicians, these people who run these parties, they will really forget about you. They'll not even think of you.
They care about themselves. Yeah, sure.
So like let's say like in the case of Mudavadi, it's a very interesting case, man. It should be like a case study for majority of youths, because let's say like how many people or how many youths were in the ANC that were sharing the vision and the stand of the party, that this is our party, that share the ideal or share that something that I believe in. And here is one person unilaterally coming and say, okay, we are folding the party. Making a decision on behalf of so many. And some of them are youths who feel like that's the only place maybe they can come and go for elective seats. How then can we as youth decide, like you said, like if you are going, go as an individual, but leave the party alone? That is one. And also place that I want to get you to know your view is the political parties that we have. You find right now, we know next week, around 27, I think it's this week, the UDA party and the ODM, they will be having their grassroots elections. And the worst part of it is that, especially like I was saying, for UDA, Sakaja was running for the chairmanship of Nairobi. And remember, he's the governor. When the election comes, you want to go for nomination. How will be a chairman run for the nomination at the same time is deciding on who to be given the certificate in that particular? How is the democracy? Where is the democracy there? So talk about the Mudavadi making a unilateral decision on behalf of the party, and the people who are in politics already got the political position are the same people holding offices in this political party. How does that one work?
Now me or Makabura?
You can go first, then Makabura can come.
Okay. The first question you ask, the solution to characters like Mudavadi making decisions on the whole, on behalf of the whole party, behalf of the whole region, on behalf of the whole community, on behalf of the whole province. Now, the solution to that is just having a pure party, like the one we were doing. The solution to that is having an ideology-based political party. For instance, now we are talking about the youth. If we, for instance, the youth, we have our own political party, like the Democratic Renaissance Alliance, that we still are in the process of building, and many others. We also have the Kenya Grassroots Party. We have another one by Tibin Odimwengu. I don't remember the name.
I know.
So the solution, the solution is having our own ideology-based political party. So we shouldn't have a political party which is affiliated to a certain character. So for instance, if you mention ANC, even to anyone, even your grandma in the village there in Siaya Bondo huko, mwambie ANC, atakwambia Mudavadi, atajua tu ANC Mudavadi is one thing, inseparable. So it's the same thing. So that's what's happening. So Mudavadi is ANC, ANC is Mudavadi. So the solution to getting rid of that bullshit on that nonsense is having our own political party. So the second question, what did you ask?
The second question was, how is it? How can we? Let me just reframe it. How can we find democracy when somebody?
Fine.
Yeah.
Nakuja, I'm
Yeah.
alone. Yeah, okay. Number one, so these politicals which are affiliated, not just affiliated, but belong and identify to certain characters like ANC, UDA, Jubilee Party. We are the outsiders now. We shouldn't really care much about what they do. It's their house. Yeah? So, for instance, now, Brother Benson, you are in your house. So, if you hear your neighbor beating his wife, you should not have any business into that. Because you try to meddle into their business, into their affair. At the end of the day, they will reconcile and you will be the enemy.
Okay.
So, UDA is Ruto is UDA, for instance, and Sakaja is part of the UDA. So, I mean, so for instance, should now Sakaja succeed to be the chairman of UDA, even nationally, yeah? And then now he influences the next election so that he gets the UDA ticket. I mean, now we as non-UDA members, why do we care? Now, as Kenyans, what we are supposed to do is to avoid that house because we know how it's made of shit. You see,
But
we are supposed to avoid that.
the reason why I'm saying that, remember, when it comes to youth, let us now look at how is it
Now, as
possible
we
that
are
youth
supposed
are
to be
going to
having
get
our own
those
vehicle
positions?
already.
Marco Bura, let me give you opportunity to continue with the discussion.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
First, I think I want to answer the question that you asked.
Yeah.
That why, for example, why is it that, for example, Amani National Congress wants to hold up, they want to join the UDA?
Yeah.
Remember, my opinion is, as much as Mudavadi is the party leader of ANC, I don't think it's right for him to just make decisions on behalf of the party without involving the people who are also part and parcel of that party. Him being a party leader doesn't give him a what? Doesn't give him a role where he makes decisions on behalf of the party. It is wrong, and that again tells us that democratically it is not right, and that so shows lack of good governance and leadership in the Republic of Kenya. Remember, the constitution is very clear that, for example, when you are forming a political party, even political parties have their constitution, and the constitution is very strict. So I'm even wondering the kind of constitution that ANC has that makes or gives one person who is a party leader the mandate to make decisions on behalf of the whole party on behalf of the whole party. So it is wrong because I think these people are managing these kind of things because most of these party leaders, they are wealthy people, they have money. So in a way, they try to control even the decision making within the party. That is why you are seeing, for example, if you come to ODM, Raila is the wealthiest person maybe in the ODM. So he makes decisions on behalf of ODM. Whether you like it or not, whatever Raila says, that is what you'll follow. Same as in UDA. Ruto is the wealthiest person over there and is the most powerful. Whatever decisions he wants or he wants made, that is what everyone will go with. So it is wrong in my opinion. Mudavadi having been given this position of prime cabinet secretary, that doesn't give him the power to make decisions in a party that either sponsored him or something like that. So I think as a people, we should follow the constitution because the constitution clearly states what should be done. But since these people think that they have money and they can control anything, they don't care. And this is where we're also asking ourselves as a people. The current government of the Republic of Kenya, you've been seeing so many times courts maybe declare some laws illegal, but then they use the same. Even go they even go and say that whatever the court has said, the court has made wrong decisions. Now you ask yourself, are they the court? Whatever the court has said it should be final, but the government will still go back and then do the same thing that the court has stopped. So in a way, we are not disciplined people. In a way, we are not law-abiding citizens. And that is where we, as the people, whenever we see this kind of leaders, this kind of political party, we should not give them audience so that they see the
We
sense
should shun
that
away from them. We shun away from
yeah,
such
they
characters.
sense that whatever they're doing is not right.
Okay,
That's
Marco
why,
Bura, thank you so
We
much.
should shun away from those characters that Marco Bro is talking about, and they are political parties and all they are doing.
Okay,
We should disassociate with ourselves with them fully.
Okay, let me leave the studio and we can continue with discussion. Thank you so much, gentlemen, and I know I'm meeting you soon.
Okay.
okay, thank you. Yeah. So, Mr. Charles, we'll continue the discussion that we had. I wanted to ask you maybe your opinion on His Excellency, the former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, is vying for chairmanship of the AU. And being an AU is like being the president of the continent of Africa.
Yeah. What do you think? To be the president of the United Africa.
Yeah. What do you think we as the people of Kenya? What are the benefits that we are going to get as the people of Kenya, and maybe the people of East Africa, and at large the people of Africa? Yeah.
Now, in my opinion, what I think, and it's very unfortunate, is that now being the chair of the African Union is like being a ceremonial president. So you have a big title, but you have zero power. There's very little that you can do. For instance, as the chairman of AU, what decisions do you face? I mean, maybe you might have a say in the UN, but you might have a bigger say, but in actual sense, on the ground, there is nothing that you can do. There is no way you can influence anything in favor of your people, now Kenyans. So, but I think it's cool. It's cool to be the chairman of AU. It's ambitious. I would love to be the chairman of AU too someday.
That's funny. So
what's up with your network?
yes, can you hear me?